Welcome to the Geekettes video podcast review, spoiler review of Guardians of the Galaxy. So we're gonna start off with the synopsis. Basically, Peter Quill / Star-Lord wants this orb, and so everybody else wants the orb, like Ronan, who's the main villain, played by Lee Pace, and also Star-Lord is played by Chris Pratt. And Lee Pace wants the Ronan wants the orb because he's working with Thanos.
And Thanos wants
the orb. And in the orb, there's an infinity stone. And so he sends Gamora to get it. So Gamora tries to get it for Peter. But then Yondu, who's the father figure and also the leader of the Ravages for Peter, puts a bounty on him. So basically Rocket and Groot go after him as well. And of course, Gamora is played by Zoe Saldana. Groot and Rocket are played by Bradley Cooper and Vin Diesel, and then they get arrested by the Nova Corps, and then they meet Drax, played by Dave Bautista, in prison.
Dave Bautista's a Latino?
No, I think he's half Filipino, I think, something like that. So then they become a group because they find out later when they go to the Collector, when he explains the Infinity Stones, which is an amazing part in the movie, that it's an Infinity Stone, it's a power gem. That's what James Gunn said in the article. That's the power stone or gem, whatever. So then they have to band together, these misfits, to stop Ronan for using the stone because he wants to destroy Xandar because the peace treaty sucks ass, and that they're making with the Knee Empire, I think it's called. And so, you know, his father and his father before him died because of this, and so he's very a zealous, almost kind of religious, zealous type, terrorist, who believes in his own thing.
He's a terrorist.
So they have to stop him and become a family or whatever and take the stone away from him. So yeah, that's the synopsis of the movie. Do you want to talk about the characters?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that I think that the way the movie was done, where these outlaws, misfits, just bond together and build this whole friendship, family. It's off the wall, you know.
Yeah, that's
like
great.
Family, which is bugged out, which is like what our family is like. We're Latinos. I mean, Latinos know we're bugged out.
We are, and I like that because you felt the family group aspect more than even in the Avengers, you know. You like these
much more of a
misfits
connection between
connected with them, which is weird because they're in space or cosmic or whatever. So yeah, and I think the characters make the movie. I mean, the plot is it's a little bit thin, you know. It's like point A to B, but that's good. It's still good.
Well, you mentioned it earlier in some other thing that it's
the
like MacGuffin.
Yeah, they use the MacGuffin, which
it's
is
like a term coined by Alfred Hitchcock, where just the point of the movie is just to get an item or something like that, or something. So I mean, that's right. But I mean, and it was difficult because there's not like much for backstory. You see Star-Lord's mother and
in the
Gamora
beginning
talks about how Thanos like tortured her, and then Rocket Raccoon talks about how he was also tortured to become
into that.
So it's like a little, you hear their stories, but you
don't go into it, like you get boggled down with it. But like with the Avengers, and they got solo movies, so you got to know them a little bit more so, except for Black Widow and Hawkeye. But and that's why I gotta give James Gunn a little bit credit, because in the 2-hour movie he brought in the Infinity Stones and these group of the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Celestial and all this backstory of Xandar, the Nova Corps. That's a lot of shit.
That's a lot of stuff. But we also have to give credit to the female writer, Nicole Perlman, or what's her name? I forgot her. I mean, Gunn made it. We put a staple on it by making it just like hilarious, funny.
Yeah. It was very James Gunny.
I mean,
the funny aspects.
We were talking earlier about how it's like Star Wars, Fifth Element, and Spaceballs. All in one movie.
Or Indiana Jones.
Yeah. So it was cool.
Very
it's like
80s
this
classic movies.
It is. You get this whole like Universal Star Wars fighting each other's ships, and we love that.
Yeah, I love that. So.
You see all these different aliens and these characters. Oh, it's just awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing, and Chris Pratt, who plays Star-Lord, he was really good, and I like the aspect of his relationship with Yondu a little bit. Who I love Yondu.
Yondu's
his cool power of like the arrow, and he uses, you know, he whistles and it kills everybody. Like, this is amazing. I hope they bring it back more.
And he practices tough love with Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Like he cares about him, but he wants his head.
That was awesome.
So that's why it's funny, because then we understand that's like the whole tough.
Yeah, and Gamora, she was really, she was like the moral compass of the group. Everybody's always on the
strong female character in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, they could have written the female characters a little bit better. Like Nebula, who was just like the basic villain, but female villain. But I hope they bring the sister dynamic of them and how they hate each other, but Nebula could be a good person, and who knows. In the sequel, and then Nova Prime, who was played by Glenn Close, she was, you know, she was the leader and stuff, but she wasn't like bitchy, because always, you know, if you're female, you gotta be bitchy when you're leader, which is not true.
Gamora was a bit bitchy, but she still was strong.
Well, what she went through.
Yeah, a lot of them went through, like, suffered a lot in Thanos' hands. I can't believe she stayed that long. I would have left Thanos. I would have been peace. I'm out of here.
But Thanos is scary.
Speaking of scary, that dude did look scary.
Thanos, Josh Brolin. I think he did the voice. Yeah, the voice. I don't know if he did the motion capture.
It kind of does. After looking,
he kind of looked a little bit like Josh Brolin, more than the Avengers in the end when they bring him in.
Big and purple guy, he's big, and it has
we saw
big, nice smile.
Yeah, I can't wait when they.
Even when he smiles, together. He doesn't. When they bring him all together.
I think in Avengers 3 when he's the main villain, that's what they're saying.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers team up against Thanos.
No, but that'd be amazing. I hope they do that.
Right? In the comics, they say that who kills Thanos in the comics?
I think it was Nova. But that was one aspect of the comics, I think. I think it was Nova. Star-Lord. But I don't remember what comic it was. If it was Annihilation. I could be wrong.
In the comics, I only read like one comic. Like, right here. Rocket Raccoon, and you get the sense of like this witty, funny character. So I think James Gunn did a really good job.
Oh, with all the characters, like Star-Lord, Rocket, Groot. They were awesome. They were like fun characters, and you know, they're the funny, but they're also the Han Solo kind of type, especially Rocket and Star-Lord. And the Groot is the cute one. He was my favorite character. And the innocent, but when he had to be tough and you know, fight. He was big and, you know, he did that shit.
Yeah, Groot is like the Hawk of Avengers. The Groot is that character.
Sweeter.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Much sweeter, much...
and Drax was cool. He was very literal, which was kind of funny, like metaphors.
Yeah, very articulate though, I think.
Yeah, very articulate. And Gamora, like, there was this article talking about Slate Blog, I think it was called, that Gamora was the main character, which I thought it was more the group, in a sense, when I was watching the movie. But she said... the person who wrote the article, I forget her name, said that Gamora was the main character. I think she was the moral compass and was moving the plot along.
Yeah,
she was the one that wanted to, like, okay, we gotta bring this orb to Novaport in the end. Because this is like something crazy and scary, and this is like the power. Nobody can control it, and it has to be contained and stuff. And she kind of like influenced Star-Lord's character to be better, and then everyone else got a little bit better too, to become this group of heroes, even though they're still a little bit misfits and stuff. That, like, I like that. Yeah. I could see that. I wouldn't say she's the main character. No. It was more the group and all their idiot scenes, and you know, I like how they all have like different things about them. And you can kind of sense that. Like Star-Lord has the music because of his mother, who's awesome, who makes mixtapes for him. Like, I think that's amazing.
No, the music in this film is really great.
70s music, and it's right here. We had to buy the CD because after we watched the movie, it was amazing. And so, the music was basically the stand-in for the mother. Like, you felt the mother through the music throughout the movie.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You know, and you could, like, the music, all these different eclectic music, you could see like they almost like a story about who his mother kind of was.
Yeah.
And she was like a cool ass woman, really.
They did.
Really
they chose
cool
the songs really well.
Yeah.
The music
you
is
kind of get a sense of the mom's personality.
The music is pumping, and it definitely gets you into the scenes.
Yeah, I think the music was almost the main star of the movie in a sense.
It was just definitely a strong character.
It kind of was a little bit like the mom, basically. This is the mom a little bit. Like this is her, almost her story.
Yeah, and at the end, talking about the mom, like in the beginning of the movie, he doesn't like when she's about to die, he doesn't reach to hold her hand, and she's asking him
take her hand.
And then it, you know, at the end, it's a flashback to the beginning, right?
Oh yeah, because in the end, the third act, Peter grabs the stone with the dance off.
With the dance off.
Ronan.
I know before. Right, when Ronan's about
I
to
wish Ronan was a better
destroy Xandar.
But you got his personality a little bit right there, like, what are you doing? Like, that dance-off was, like, you never would think they would do a dance-off in a fucking Marvel movie. Like, okay, this is it. Like, let's do this.
Yeah, the movie has silly moments, but that
I loved it, though.
silliest moment.
But it worked,
It
totally worked. It was consistent with his tone.
Ronan is like,
you know, like, what are you doing?
Like, what are you doing?
Like,
Star-Lord is like...
Yeah, but so Gamora, when he grabs the Infinity Stone, Gamora says, "Take my hand," and so he sees his mom. I kind of like that, and you know, he took her hand, and then they all got together and kumbaya that shit, and you know, basically
that's the strongest kumbaya I've ever seen.
You know, friendship kills
like
evil.
They holding the stone in hand, and then their freaking faces are coming up. Oh my gosh! And they destroyed Ronan, so that's why I think that shit is freaking awesome, because it shows the power of the Guardian Galaxy, and I think that's...
Yeah, the third act was really well. Yeah. Like, third acts always fall in blockbuster movies, and I think they did a really banging job with it.
Boom, 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 boom. I have to say that I think Guardians of the Galaxy is not my favorite, more so than Avengers.
Oh, yeah.
Is that wrong to say?
I mean, because it feels like a classic movie, but also...
Yeah, it feels like an old, like, really... And I love old classic movies.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah, so they're doing this, you know, when Peter talked about the stone, he grabs it, they talk about his father, like, in the end, when Nova Prime's like, oh yeah, you're part alien or whatever, because your father's ancient. You know, there's some articles that said his father could be like Adam Warlock, who's very important in the Infinity Gauntlet story.
He's like Thanos' enemy, right?
Yeah. Like, and so the mom said he's pure light in the beginning too, so it could be Adam Warlock. Or it could be Star Fox, who's Thanos' brother. Who
has a very high sexual drive as well.
Whose powers to simulate, you know, the pleasures or whatever,
and
control
people's brains so he can control them.
It's just something weird. I don't know. They probably have to change that a little bit. I feel like that could be his dad more, because it would connect him to Thanos. That would make him his nephew. And also, you know, when Gamora when Peter was trying to kiss her, she was like, I won't be, she puts the knife in him, I won't be succumb to your pelvic,
powers?
No, pelvic sorcery.
Yeah.
Which, you know, Star-Lord, and it's kind of like pleasure, I don't know, kind of, or it could be Adam Warlock, I don't know, or somebody else, or his real father.
So we're looking forward to Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and you choose the father, and Gunn said he's also gonna develop more Nebula, right?
Yeah. Wait, I hope they do, because I like that. Like I said, I like the sister dynamic, and also since Thanos is becoming more the villain, like what like really happened to them, make the stronger female characters come out too.
Well, another character that I thought it was strong, interesting, weird, and fun was the Collector.
Oh yeah,
museum.
Oh, that museum was awesome.
And
but he was evil though.
That he's evil, but I was like, I didn't know he was evil. I just thought he liked
to collect things. He had girls as slaves and shit.
He has live aliens locked up and slaves, and I'm like, that's evil. Yeah. But that's still cool.
It was cool. His museum and him, like the way he acted was awesome. But and also how he explained the Infinity Stones a little bit better.
Yeah, so we pretty much got the Infinity Stones.
That was interesting. You never got that in the other movies.
So explain that.
That was really cool, since you're going to the phase 3 of when it becomes important, when Thanos becomes the main villain. So yeah, it's really an amazing movie.
Go see it.
It's a summer blockbuster. It's really fun. I haven't had
It's a fun movie just to watch, you know?
Yeah, it's a fun movie. So go see it.
But it's just really super.
And the music
the music.
Amazing.
Will keep you pumping. You're gonna be like, you're gonna sing. We put in the theater, we're singing along with the song, and we would.
Yeah.
That's how feel good movie.
So just go watch the movie, and thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. This is Christy and Shirley.
Shirley and Christy.